right, boys and girls, we're going to be taking a look at what we are going to be talking about today. Now, this is something that we should be familiar with. I can't remember if we've talked about this already, but we did have these people on this card right here come and visit us a long time ago. I believe it was in October, and they showed us their vehicle and they let us hear the sound. They let you guys walk through it and sit on it. Who is this right here? That's right, that is a fireman or a firefighter. Firefighters are some of the most important people that we have in our community because they work to put out fires that shouldn't be burning. So firefighters stay at their firehouse or their fire station. Can you say fire station? They leave the fire station and ride very, very quickly if there is a fire. What do they ride in? Right here, they ride in their fire truck or their fire engine. Their fire engine has very bright lights that flash, and it has that noisy siren that we heard, and that tells people to get out of the way because the firemen are coming and there's an emergency. So if you are driving and there's a fire truck behind you, should you just stop in the middle of the road? No, because then the fire truck cannot get around you. You always have to pull over to the right so the fire truck can get where he needs to go quickly. What is this right here? That is a ladder. Why would a firefighter need a ladder? Because some buildings are very tall, and if there's a fire at a tall building and they don't have a ladder, they're not going to be able to reach it and put it out. Other firefighters and fire trucks have this fire hose. Can you say fire hose? Now these hoses are a lot bigger than the ones that people keep in their yard, and they blast out a lot more water too. And sometimes it takes more than one of them to hold the fire hose because it is so big and it is so strong. This water will put out the fire in the building. Do you know where the water comes from? The water comes from right here in this fire hydrant. Can you say fire hydrant? This fire hydrant is like a big metal pipe that's near the street. It's kind of like a little trash can with a hat on it. So the firefighters hook up their hose to this fire hydrant, and that's how the water comes out. Now most of you probably have a fire hydrant near your house, so next time you guys are outside, look and see where your closest fire hydrant is. Whenever the firefighters came to visit us in October, they showed us their protective gear. Now it took the firefighter a long time to put all that stuff on, and if there's a fire, they have to put it on even faster than what he did when he was here, if you guys can remember back that far. So all the firefighter's clothing that he has on right here is designed to protect him from the fire. That way he doesn't get hurt from the fire. And then he wears this mask, which is how he breathes, because can you really breathe inside a building that's on fire? You can't, because it's going to be too smoky. So he wears this protective mask with his oxygen tank on the back, and that's how he can breathe and stay in the burning house a little bit longer to see if anybody is in there and needs his help. Remember, he also told us if you are in the house and the house is on fire and the firefighter calls for you, should you answer him or should you not answer him? You should answer him, because if you don't answer him, he's going to think that there's nobody else in the house. And it's very important for you to answer him. You can say, help, or I'm over here. That way he knows where you are, and then he can come rescue you and get you out. Firefighters also teach people about fire safety. He taught us about fire safety when he was here, when we had our firefighters here. Should you play with matches or candles? No. Should you play with anything that has a fire? No, because those things could catch you on fire, or you could set something else on fire. Like when we read our Amber Lamb story a long time ago, and Amber Lamb's cousin, remember, was playing with the fire and the stick after Grandpa Lamb told him to not touch it. And remember, he got the grass on fire, and Amber Lamb had to work very quickly to get her bucket of water to put the fire out. Otherwise, that could have been very bad. The whole grass could have caught on fire. We also have fire drills at school whenever we come to school. This is why we have them, so that way if something bad happens and our school catches on fire, which we hope never happens, But in case our school did catch on fire, when the fire drill goes off, that's how we know to get out of the building very quickly. So that's why we practice those, so we know how to get out and we know which way to go. Do you think we should pray for our firefighters? We absolutely should. Firefighters work very hard, so we always need to make sure that we pray for our firefighters, especially right now, when we're talking about the coronavirus, which is why we aren't at school, because we want people to stay at their homes so that we can make sure that it doesn't spread too far. So a lot of people are working from home. Like right now, Miss Green is kind of working from home, but I still come to my classroom like I am right now to make videos. But lots of your mommies and daddies, and maybe even grandmas and grandpas, are working from home. Firefighters don't get to work from home because that would be kind of difficult. So firefighters, even though other people are staying at their homes, firefighters don't get to do that. So we need to make sure that we're praying for our firefighters, that God protects them and keeps them safe whenever they are out putting out fires. Okay, so just to review, these are firefighters. They ride in their fire truck. They get the water from the fire hydrant, and they wear protective clothes that keep them safe, like their coat, their mask. They have their helmet and their gloves, and they also have the really big boots. 10 brave firefighters sleeping in a row. Ding goes the bell, down the pole they go. Off in the engine, oh, oh, oh. Using a big hose, so, so, so. When all the fire is out, home they will go. Back to their beds, all in a row. So something that would be fun, maybe not today because it's a little cold and windy outside, but maybe on a nice day, the next time there's a nice day outside and you can take a walk with your family, take a walk and try to find your nearest fire hydrant. Miss Green actually has a fire hydrant in her front yard because Miss Green's house is on the corner, and there's a fire hydrant on the corner very close to our sidewalk, and Miss Green's fire hydrant is yellow. So make sure next time you guys are taking a walk and you find that fire hydrant to take a picture of you by the fire hydrant so Miss Green can see that you found your fire hydrant, and then so Miss Green can see what color it is.